All right, welcome back into Faith Today. This is going to be our quick hitters section that we do every week, and so we're gonna take a few topics. Each one of you gonna bring a topic to the table tonight. We're gonna talk about it for 3 minutes. When your 3 minutes are up, you will not hear a sound, but I will simply say it's time to move on.
Okay.
And you better listen to David.
So you're just
gonna mad.
You're just gonna chop it off, you know?
Yeah, because I'm the time keeper.
Timekeeper.
Or something like that.
All right.
All right, so we're going to start with Samuel. Sam?
Okay, well, all right, the hitter I have tonight is, okay, we all know the whole Occupy Wall Street deal going on.
Yep.
Well, I read this interesting article about how religion is kind of injecting itself in the Occupy Wall Street. Now, look, I haven't read a whole lot about Occupy Wall Street. I can't give you a big, long explanation of what all it really is. I'm not even sure if they know what it really is.
It's a little difficult to get your mind
I was about to say, it's kind of just
It's Protest 3.0.
a potpourri. yeah, that's a great way to say it. Protest 3.0, because it's just kind of a potpourri of just all kinds of protests.
Potpourri.
Or, yeah.
Really? Keep going.
Okay, I meant
later than earlier.
I meant a goulash of kind of mixture.
Man,
is that
goulash
better?
is good.
Yeah,
Goulash?
Yeah.
It is good.
I'm starving.
You're
good
wading
stuff.
into your 3
Okay,
minutes.
but anyway, yes, I am. All right, so, okay, but then I saw this article about how religion is kind of showing up there. Okay. And I hate to say it, but it's showing up from this article how I would picture it showing up. And it's basically this interfaith kind of spirituality kind of springing up from there. They describe this one tent as a sacred space tent. And so you basically have kind of a rotational thing going on within this tent of all kinds of religions. So, you know, say at 1 o'clock, you might have a Christian service. But then, you know, you have to kind of, as the little Christian message is being finished up, or the Christian devotion, you kind of got this Buddha statue rolling in front of, you know, kind of thing. And then so then you have this Buddhist thing going on. And then you have a Muslim prayer. They have arrows in the tents pointing to Mecca all the time. So you know which way, if you're a Muslim, you'll know which way to point. It's quite interesting. They call it sacred space, and it says no shoes are allowed in the sacred space.
No matter
no shoes, no shirt,
no matter the
religion.
affiliation.
Yeah, no matter the affiliation.
Interesting.
You can bring just about any faith or spiritual tradition into the tent. You just can't wear shoes. Listen to this little excerpt. It says, a day schedule finds people balancing their chakras, a compassion meditation, a discussion on a biblical passage in Luke, a Buddha statue sits near a picture of Jesus, and a hand sign pointing the way to Mecca. So, I mean, that is just, I mean...
Holding hands, singing Kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
Wow.
But you can't sing that one.
Oh, wait, I guess you can.
Yeah.
Hey, this is my issue with the kind of interfaith gatherings like that. Does it ever bother people that, look, only one of you's right? That's the deal. I mean, look, we can come together and hold hands, and we can talk about how great it is that we all have different faiths. But you know what? Your faiths all teach different things, and only one of you's right. I don't care what anybody says. There's no relative truth. There's one truth. One of you's right. The rest of you's wrong. And at some point, that should bother people.
There's becoming a prevailing ideal that that's not true.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's the dominant theory of this age.
I mean, we're gonna.
There's no truth.
Yeah,
but
that there is one truth and many paths to it.
And many paths to that.
And that's what we're going to talk about. I hope here in a few minutes with the Love Wins thing. You know, it's that time.
Really?
Yeah, oh man, I got a verse.
3 minutes.
What harmony is there between
I'm going to give y'all an extra 30 seconds.
And Belial?
Thank you, Tom.
2 Corinthians 6:14.
Say it again.
What harmony is there between Christ and Belial? Don't be yoked together with unbelievers. Look,
absolutely.
We're as Christians called to love people, all people, homosexuals, people of other faith, sinners, whatever. We're called to love them all, but we're not in harmony with them. It's very different.
Exactly. There is a universal
not in harmony with them.
Harmony. There's a universalism even within faiths, and that is just confusing to me. It's like you said, somebody's right, somebody's wrong. It's not like we should be attacking the other religions, but we surely should not be embracing them as finding a truth.
Yeah. I'm going to give myself 30 seconds too.
Okay.
But it was
you're cheating.
I can do that. There was a preacher talking one time, and he said, we don't do relative truth in any other sector of life. You don't. No one wants to pull up to their to get money out of their bank and say, I'd like to withdraw $100, and the teller go, I don't believe you have $100.
Yeah, let me just
Well,
give you 70.
You know, I do know I have $100. I don't care what you believe. Well, that may be true for you, but it's not true for me, so I'm not going to give you the money.
Yeah.
There's truth. No
Yeah.
matter what anyone says, there's truth, and so we
It's
don't live
funny
like
how
that in every other segment of life. All right, we're going to go to
point.
Nicholas for his 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is an article on CNN.com, and I guess they're actually talking about an article that's going to come out in Relevant magazine in a couple weeks, couple months now. Why young Christians aren't waiting anymore, specifically for in terms of premarital sex. And they actually throw out a statistic down here. Study's primary report did not explore religion. Some analysts, 80% of unmarried evangelical adults, 18 to 29, said that they had had sex slightly less than 88% of unmarried adults, according to the Teen Pregnancy Prevention Organization.
So 80% of evangelicals have had sex before marriage, 88% of non-evangelicals.
That admit to it, yeah.
Okay, wow, it's not a lot of difference.
It's really not. I mean, you're talking easily in the
80%,
majority.
that's a high number.
That's a
That
B on
is.
any test.
Yes,
Wow.
it is.
Except for this one. Actually, I would say it's probably an F on this one.
It depends
Thank
on
you.
who's grading it.
I guess so.
Okay.
Hey now.
I was going for percentages, dadgummit.
If we're grading it by the Bible, it's an F.
Yeah,
There
that's
you
an
go.
F. Yeah,
That's
amen,
what I
brother.
meant. That's what I
It talks about movements such as the True Love Waits. You have purity rings, signing of virginity pledges, all these different things. But it says many of these Christian youth eventually abandon those pledges. Talks about a young girl, Maria, that the article interviewed. She said she waited until she was 20 to start having sex, and that was later than most of her saved and unsaved friends alike. Relevance theorizing that it's part of this do what feels good philosophy that is just starting to creep in to society. Hold on a second. Oh, the article in Relevant goes on to begin to talk about why. And the big question they're looking at is if it's because people are waiting longer in life to get married. Biblical age of marriage was very, very young.
That's a good point. I tell you what, Paul, it seems wise to us to wait longer to get married, but Paul's advice on that is if you're going to burn with lust, get married. So maybe it's not as wise for us to wait till we're 25, 27 to get
here's
married.
the thing. But we can't just focus on that thing, because what we've done now is we've allowed kids to be kids too long. So now a 14-year-old today is much different than a 14-year-old
There's no doubt
back
about
in
that.
that time.
That's a very good point.
And so the maturity level is so different. We allow them to be, and let me say this, we allow them to be immature longer than we should.
Okay.
And I think that's where we really run into problems
But
like this.
We keep them as kids, but or in that, we don't start working on them. Look, we aim everything in parenting toward that moment that they grow up and leave the house, and
You're
so
right.
you need to do that earlier. But then we do as parents. It's, hey, you need to go to college. You need to get your career straight. You need to get you a job so you can support a family. Then you start thinking about settling down and having a family. But by then they are 30, and we may go, that's wise. But yes, where the Bible says the answer to sexual desire, urges, temptation is marriage, and we say, hey, put that off till you're 30.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the end of the segment. I will say too that I think another answer is what we talked about, and it's at agapepinson.com. Some of the sermons that we did on sex recently. The church's answer for too long has been
Not talk
Don't
about
talk
it.
about it.
Don't
Hey,
talk about it.
don't do it.
Don't do it, yeah.
What's the answer? Sex before marriage? Don't do it. Move on. I mean, we got to have
Enough
a
said.
better answer
And look,
in the church than that.
all throughout.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody else is talking about it, and we're irresponsible.
And we're
to
not.
not.
We're not.
That's right.
We're
And,
not.
and by the way, you don't mean a better answer than no. You mean a more
No, no.
fuller
No,
explanation.
yeah, I don't
Not
mean-
just say, hey, don't have sex. That's it. That's all we're going to say.
there's not a better answer than no, but we got to explain it.
Yeah.
We can't just say don't do it.
Okay, enough of this sex talk.
Yeah, let's move to
the
chase.
most important book since the Bible has a sequel.
Woo!
Okay,
All right, number
next.
one.
I'm not just making that up. Look, I'm on HarperCollins.com's website. They say,
it really
and
say that?
And they don't say the most important. They say that the Love Wins companion book. I called it a sequel earlier. That made Sam mad.
I know, it's
You just
not a
call it a
sequel.
companion. They said that the
Maybe
Love
he
Wins
finally answers the question he asked.
that's no doubt. Love Wins companion book is delivering a crucial supplement to one of the most important books since the Bible. Rob Bell's Love Wins, one of the most important books since the Bible.
Blows
The
my mind.
the book that
Hey, maybe he
raises
could
the
compare
question.
us if he read the Bible before he read. Oh.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
maybe that
Wow.
one. The book that
Look,
raises the
I'm
question of
sorry.
whether there's a hell or not. What's your beef with the book? You read the book.
No, look, I don't. It's the book is very interesting. It's very thought provoking, and that's great. Me and a friend of mine kind of debate the book back and forth. He's like, hey, it's questions that deserve to be asked. You know, the Bible can, there's vague, and what is the end times, and what happens when you die specifically. I mean, we all look to eternity, but what happens when you die? And look, it's great questions. He breaks down some of the Greek, the word Gehenna, and specifically what it means, and was Jesus referring to hell or something else? But the fact is, he never answers his own question.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
that
he does
bothers
in this one.
Hey, at the price
is
of
a
another
what is a
$20?
companion
I don't
book?
see it. I don't.
Woo,
What
that's
is
a
it?
It's
companion.
a
It's a companion.
study guide for those who want to go deeper
Yes.
into Love Wins.
Yeah, but
That's the popular thing now. If you hit a popular book, you're supposed to do a study guide right after it.
And so it's not so it's a companion as in buy this to go with the original book to help you understand the original book.
to help you out study
Yeah.
guide. Like
Why
you
didn't you
wanna
just
do it
make
as
the
a
first
small
book more
Well, and
understandable?
And that's
Hey,
my whole point.
there you
And the
go.
fact is, as a pastor,
sell
as
some
a,
books.
as a pastor of not a small congregation, to me, Rob Bell has a responsibility by taking up the mantle of shepherd, leader, however he wants to classify himself. He is the shepherd of a flock.
Yeah.
And to ask a question, this pivotal of a question, is there another way to heaven besides Jesus, and not answer it is, I have a
It's
lot of words.
irresponsible. It goes back to what
At
David was saying
best.
earlier.
At
The
best.
church is the pillar and foundation of truth. We uphold truth. If we're going to ask questions and not answer them, I don't think we're doing our job.
And that's been my issue with it the whole time. And I applaud you for actually going and getting the book and reading it. I've not done that, but there's so much controversy stirred around it. My thing to Rob, if I was able to talk to him.
Oh, he
Rob,
watches.
yeah,
He's
he's
a
All right,
subscriber.
Rob.
right
My
now.
thing to you, Rob, look, when the controversy started swirling and people started saying he's a heretic because he claims there's no hell, and I hadn't read the book, so I don't know if he makes that claim or not. But when people started saying that, Rob needs to do one of two things. He needs to come out and say, no, wait a minute. You got it all wrong. That's not what I'm saying at all. He needs to clarify his position. To me, the fact that he didn't do that means one of two things. Either that is what he was saying, or he liked the controversy because it sold books.
promoted his
and
book.
that's my issue. That's my issue is, as a leader of a very large church like you're talking about, come out and clarify, much like what you guys were saying about Joel Osteen a couple weeks ago. Come out and clarify what you're saying. Come out and make it clear, and don't let this book just
Well,
swirl
we better
into
be careful. We don't want to get
Explain
him mad
yourself.
about Joel Osteen again.
Look, and it's what you said. It's not only that he has a very large flock of his own, but he got a lot of attention from both Christian and secular media, and he stayed silent on the issue. And to me, that was just
That's
that
my
was
issue.
an excuse.
Yeah.
By the way, person in the Bible who speaks most about hell is Jesus.
Jesus.
Ta-da.
Well, look, I don't have a quick hitter for us to all comment on. I do want to plug something for you guys and for everyone out there to take a look at.
Including you, Rob.
Including Rob. This is the website, 180movie.com. That's the numbers, 180movie.com. And this is a video. It's 30 minutes. And so I'm going to say this is. I actually came across this 180 movie. That's the name of it. It's the 180 movie. I actually came across it on Facebook. Saw a lot of people putting it out there. So I want to see what this is all about. It's 30 minutes. Don't let that scare you away. This is one of the best 30 minutes that I have spent in a while in watching this movie.
Strong.
I'm not going to delve into it a lot because, quite honestly, it's for me to talk about this movie could kind of spoil it, so to speak.
Yeah.
It could kind of ruin the impact. It is made by Ray Comfort and his group. I actually don't even know what his ministry.
Living Waters.
Living Waters Ministry. Ray Comfort is, I have seen some of his stuff before and that I really liked, and some of the things he's done, I've said, hey, not
Well,
all
the
that
banana
great. He-
thing was a little regrettable.
yeah,
but
he doesn't.
His
he-
other stuff, a lot of it's solid. Great.
He's got a lot of solid
Look,
stuff.
I don't think the banana thing was that bad. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I don't think it was like his best, thing ever, but I don't think it was like.
Well, look, regardless,
Egg on his
Ray
face.
Ray doesn't need my opinion one way or another about what he's doing out there. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, if you hear us from Ray Comfort, and you go, oh no, don't do that. Don't prejudge it. I
Hey,
encourage
I'm a Ray Comfort
everyone.
fan.
I encourage everyone to go watch this video. He's immediately going to begin talking about the Holocaust, and he's a Jew, and he talks about the Holocaust and how people today are forgetting what happened with Hitler in Germany and during World War II, what was going on in the Holocaust, but then he takes the conversation down an amazing path. And so I encourage everybody to go watch it. Maybe after a while we can talk about it a little bit on the show after all of you have had a chance to go watch it as well. But 180movie.com, maybe we can put a link to it on the website as well.
Yeah.
Go and watch that this week. Well worth the 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Well worth the 30 minutes.
All right, folks, we want to thank you for watching Faith Today. Our website is faith2.com. We want to encourage you to subscribe to our podcast. Good show, guys. Y'all did a great job. I think this was good.
It's great being with all of you again.
It is,
Aw.
yeah.
I'll
it's good.
see you again in a week.
All right, see you guys in a week. We're out.